Are you Sandy? Are you Sandy?
Yeah.
Sandy, I'm Terrie Morgan.
They raised me in the back and put me in psychiatric ward. I'm going to go home with his pregnant daughter. Where's my son? Don't touch me.
Stand there outside the street.
Sandy, I'm so sorry. Terrie Morgan. You know Ed killed himself.
My son shot himself in the heart because he never was the same. Never! He ruined our lives. He was a good kid. I hate him. I don't know. Why? Is that going to bring him back? No, the only thing, there's no justice because he'll never get my sentence. You know the pain that I'm in every day of my life? There's no justice unless he fucking dies.
Sandy, had you been at the trial at all?
No, I couldn't see him. I can't. Did you see his wife on last night when they asked her about how you're holding up through all this? It's a nightmare. We can't sleep. I wouldn't want to do this to anybody. Do you know how many kids and families he did that to for all these years? But they couldn't take it.
And it just kind of exploded in you today? That's why you had
No, I came here because I thought the court marshals were going to take him out in handcuffs, and that's what I wanted to see.
So
I couldn't stay in there. I would have been thrown out the first day. I can't stand to even look at him. I hate him. My whole life is ruined. If I could, I swear to God. I can't even say it because I don't even care.
Sorry.
How could they let him go? You know what the sad thing will be? 6 months from now. This is ridiculous. This is a joke. There's no justice ever. Ever. If somebody stole a loaf of bread, they'd be going to jail. This is ridiculous.
Did you come by yourself?
Yeah, I was at work, and I left work to get here because I just wanted to see him being taken out. He's not being taken out. He's going home.
Sandy, are you okay to drive?
This is what I have.
Are you okay to drive?
Son. No, I don't want to say my name.
So, you know what? We've spoken before. I'm Mike Ciavarella from the Associated Press. We spoke at length maybe a year ago.
That's your son?
Yeah.
He was my son. He was my son.
Sandy, what happened?
I don't have kids now. I don't have anything. I'm not a mother. I have nothing.
Sandy,
my only son.
Sandy, what happened with him that caused him to take his life? You know? What was the thing that pushed him?
He was only 17 years old. And his charge was he was at an underage drinking party and went in front of Ciavarella. He was a senior in high school, an all-star wrestler who was supposed to be taking states that year, would have had a scholarship to anywhere. And 6 months, he ripped him out of our home, his family, his school. He couldn't wrestle, put him down in a place where there was gang members, murders. The kid was never the same. He came out of there and he was just bitter and angry. He would get in a fight. He got in a fight, and because this was the good one. He got in a fight right when he got out of there. He was angry and bitter, and he just got in a fight. He was never the same. He was never the same. He had no respect for the justice system. He just had nothing. He was just a total different person. And he got in a fight with a kid, and he would have had to go back in front of Ciavarella because he was on probation. So he ran away. 17 years old, he runs away. I'm having a nervous breakdown. He comes back home 2 years. There was no way any of us were putting him back in front of Ciavarella. He would lift at Danko's gym with all the Wilkes-Barre cops. They all knew him. Nobody would turn him in. He was a good kid. Everybody knew about Ciavarella, but there's nothing anybody could do. And 2 years goes by. He's working back in his life, never in any kind of trouble. Those charges I took got a lawyer and went to Luzerne County adult court. They were thrown out. It was a fight between two kids. He was not guilty of any of that. He got in a little fender bender, and when the charges came up that, he was
20 years old.
He was almost 21 years old then, right? so he had to go back in front of Ciavarella. From 2 years later, there was never any trouble. I had a lawyer, Jonathan Blum went with me to this one, barely got to speak. It didn't matter. All that time, right? No, nothing. He sent him out to that Western Pennsylvania, ripped him out of it. He had a job, he had a home. Nobody could believe, why is this, he's an adult, why is he there in this juvenile detention center, Western Pennsylvania, where these other kickbacks are from, 5 hours from home. There goes his job, there goes his life, his girlfriend, everything. It was just absolutely ridiculous. It made no sense. You know what I mean?
But
how was that? How does that make sense?
It seemed to be getting his life back to order, though, right? He had that other fight. And then
he went there and he got in a fight and ended up in jail. It just snowballed. He got out of there. It was the same. He was just, his spirit, he just destroyed, and he was very depressed, and there was nothing anybody could do. And one night, he didn't get in a fight this time. He took a gun and shot himself in the heart, and it ended. And that was it. That's the whole story. And it's because of him. He had a normal, happy life. He didn't care. I had Dana, coaches, teachers, everybody sending letters of his character. It just didn't matter. He wouldn't hear anything. He just didn't care. He didn't look at who the kid was or what it was about. That was it. 2 years later, for a fight that he's found not guilty of, 2 years later, because of a probation violation, he sends him another 6 months, 5 hours away in that Western Pennsylvania. Now tell me that's not for a kickback. That was the other facility he was. Why would he send him there? It was ridiculous.
Sandy, when did that happen with your son?
This all started in, what, 93? When Ciavarella came in.
When did he take himself?
March 1st, 9 months. It just never ended. It just kept snowballing. He was just angry and bitter, and he was just never the same. He just ruined them. He doesn't know what he's doing to these kids. You can't take, it wasn't like a rehab to help him deal with anything. It was throw them. He knew that he was being wronged, and there was nothing we could do. I tried calling the paper, everything I tried to do. Everything backfired on me.
Where did he spend the first time you went? Where was he sent?
The brand new juvenile law center. He sat there for 30 days, and then he got out of there, and we thought he was just going to come home, and he stood in front of that judge and told him, I learned my lesson. The kid wanted to just go back to his life. Everything's fine. 30 days. That wasn't enough. Yeah. He sent him out to Shamokin, a boot camp. They were all from New York City. They're all gang members and murderers, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Your son obviously then would have been aware of this case, right? You say it's 9 months since March. Did he ever say anything about Ciavarella and the assault?
My son?
Yeah.
He was pretty much he never wanted me to talk to papers. He was embarrassed by all of it. He was ashamed. He just wanted it all over. And of course he wanted him. He followed it. I would have loved for him to, see him go to prison, but I would love him to be in state prison, where I'm sure a lot of these kids still are. Not federal prison. There's no justice. There's not. He's never going to get what he deserves.
How old was your son?
He was 23 when he left.
23 years old. And how old was he when he first came before Mark Ciavarella?
17, and then it was when he was almost 20, when he had to go in front of them for the probation violation that he sent him back again.
Where did he arrest him?
For Coughlin.
So you left work because you just wanted to see him?
Once everybody started texting me that the verdict was in and they were saying guilty and that he was going to go, and the court marshals were taking him, they told me to leave, and I just wanted to see them handcuff him and take him out. But when I saw him just being released, and that stupid smirk on his face, and Al Floor, he's just, oh God, I can't stand him either. Every one of them, they're all liars. Jill Moran, every single one of them, they're all disgusting. They are. And every one of them should be. They should just put bars on that whole county courthouse, seriously.
Where were you when you left work? Where did you work up here, or did you?
No, I work in, I'm a physical therapist at Manor Care in Kingston.
So you raced up here from Kingston?
Yeah.
Did you get here just in time for the
No, I
taking him
didn't
out?
hear. I heard that I'd make it because the jury went back in to deliberate over the
over the forfeiture.
Yeah.
So you know, they don't want you to get hit. When I saw his obituary in the paper 9 years, I was going to call you then, but I knew. Out of all the cases, that was the worst.
Yeah, it was. There was other kids that died.
At least you heard your voice. Hey, at least you had to say something else.
I was...
How did he react when you were screaming at him? I got her a little bit later.
Exactly. So I poked him, and he turned around and looked at me. He had a smirk on his face. I didn't want him to come out on this beautiful day. I wanted him to go right to jail. But he did to all those kids, and they didn't have a chance. A minute they stood in front of him. He never tried to find out anything about them. He just sent them away. They didn't have a chance. Look at how long this has been. And now, when do you think that sentencing will be? A year from now? 6 months from now?
I'm told 60 days.
Yeah, right. That's a joke. It won't happen. And what, 150 years to say? See?
That's it.
12 to 15 years.
12 to 15 years. It's a joke. It's a joke. All this. There's no justice at all. He'll never, ever. I don't care if they put him on the death row. There'd still be no justice because he'd never feel what I feel. What he did to us. There's no kickbacks. No, oh my God. When they have the sentencing, we get to speak, and we get to read a victim impact letter, and I better have some kind of impact on his sentencing. I have to go.
Sandy, that's what you want.